Let me just share this. Made a nice little relay with Roglic and his socks.
Big Rog dog.
Big Rog with the socks. Did you see him?
Mate, I haven't seen anything. I've been at the pub.
Mate, he's wearing ankle high socks. Not even ankle high.
I love Roglic. He's a legend in his own lunchbox. He's a prince in his own kingdom. He walks to the beat of his own drum, Jethro Gaminagel. He does. Bars. He takes no prisoners except for the third week of the Giro d'Italia.
Yes, we are live again for stage 12. This is the Hautacam finish. Instead of doing the first hour this time, we are doing the last hour, and it has been, Tommy, it's just the action. It's all kicking in, isn't it? It's all popping off. We've got, 20 Ks to go, and they're about to hit the base of the Hautacam, and it's going to go tits up. It's going to go tits up.
Yeah, it certainly will, mate. But give me a bit of a summary for all the people who haven't seen much of the front end of the race. Obviously, you and I, we've been following it closely all night. Give me a bit of a dressing down to how we have ended up with this race scenario.
Summary, break was pretty feisty to get into. They went up the first climb. Ben O'Connor dropped. Woods attacked. Storer attacked from the break. Rubio was there from the breakaway, and someone else as well. And then early days, Remco dropped from the GC group extremely early. They weren't even halfway up that very first climb. You can see on our graphic here with Pro Cycling Stats, Remco was getting dagged, and he was actually asking for a Coca-Cola before that moment, and he got. He's actually got back on now, so that's pretty good. Healy, we're seeing on screen now with the Australian feed. Healy's being nursed by Harry Sweeney. He looks like he's actually suffering from the heat rather than just the power. I think he's either sick and the heat is destroying him, but he's well out now, 5 minutes back from GC group. And in the GC group, everyone who's just tuning in, Visma really put on the pace on the first climb, but they actually dropped their own riders. So their pace was so high, all they did was just isolate Vingegaard with Kuss, and Pogacar still had Yates and Navarrez somehow. So they backed the pace off. Simon Yates returned, Jorgensen returned, and they just set a false tempo for the rest of the climb. So not a good look at the moment for Visma, although Roglic was also looking good in that group as well. Lipowitz, Ben O'Connor just hanging in there. He's dropped from the breakaway group to the GC group, and now we've got, 17 Ks to go. They're absolutely flaming down the bottom towards the base of the Hautacam, which is about 12 Ks in length and averages 8%. It is a serious climb.
Yeah, it certainly is. Dan Martin today, he described it as the hardest climb in the Pyrenees. So he's a man whose Palmares is slightly better than yours and mine. So he knows what he's talking about.
Don't know about
Tell you what.
State champion.
Mate, tell you what, Bruno Amarai, his stocks have risen at this Tour de France, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
From mediocre, older Frenchman who you could easily associate with just a bygone era of French cycling to someone who you go, this guy can ride. And it's obviously always been there, but he's just, this year's Tour, he's clicked up a little bit, mate. Bruno Amarai. Couldn't tell you what else he's won other than the French national TT this year, but if you're a team, hey,
he reeks to me as a rider who's evolved himself and got out of that just TT only bubble and taught himself to do efforts repeatedly again and again and again. Sam asked, by the way, as they look at the crowds as we're entering the Hautacam bottom of the climb, the crowds apparently at the top are absolutely chock-a-block. What are your predictions for this stage, Tommy, given how it's gone so far? Pog? Yeah, I think Pog wins by 45 seconds. That's my prediction. Pog beats Vingegaard 45 seconds. Roglic, best of the rest, is my tip. What about you?
I hope I'm wrong. I hope Pog doesn't win. I like Pog, don't get me wrong. He's good. He's good for the sport. He's good for everything. But at the end of the day, I want to see a good tour. I want to see a tour that comes out of the third week, a real gritty tour. What are you showing there? What is this?
This is Roglic's shoe and sock combination right now. Look at the state of that.
Mate, that's a leak.
Unbelievable.
That's a multiple Grand Tour victor. If he's rocking that, man, I'll rock that tomorrow morning. Middle of winter, mate, no dramas.
You think you're rocking it? Have a look at this. That's what I'm talking about.
Get your
ankles
dogs
out.
Off the stream.
Ankles out for Roglic. No, Heinrich, welcome, mate, back on. And everyone else doing the late shift. I think there's a few dads up and watching tonight because they've got the late shift with the kids. But
they've timed that well, haven't they? If they have. Oh, honey, I'll do tonight. You know, like I'll do the big slog tonight. Don't worry. Like, chapeau, boys. Sensational timing. A little bit of project management there. You've yes, you found your niche.
Sam,
like
what do you think,
Amarai.
mate? What's your predictions, Sammy? And Bruno Amarai, he's got 2 minutes. So, Tommy,
he needs 20.
What do you reckon? He probably needs 6 minutes, really, because they're going to go full bananas. This is the first climb of the day. They're going to go full bananas on this climb. So, he probably needs more than 8. Riley, why can't Ben Healy stay in the GC wheel? Riley, I reckon he looked like he was overheating and he was sick, honestly.
Why can't he stay in the wheel? Because they're doing 450 watts up the cart. And Healy's not a GC man. Oh, there's only 20 guys left.
The poor guy. I mean, Harry Sweeney dropped that many bottles on top of him, like ice bottles. He was running. They didn't have enough in the car. I mean, Harry Sweeney, he must have been riding.
He's going to get roped into Queensland Fire Department the way he's just spreading the juice.
Sam thinks Vingegaard. So Vingegaard's
got my God. Yes, I love that. Get around the Ving.
30 seconds.
Oh, yes.
That would be a surprise. Red Bull must be gutted. Shelling out 5 mil. The short
bikes look good, mate. Those Van Rysels. Let's get them on the pod.
No, I don't like them. Look at those skiddy head tubes. That's not an aero bike.
It is. That's their all-round bike, mate, and it's at the front of the Tour de France.
For now. It's at the front of the Tour de France now, and so is that bloody Skoda on the side of the road.
I'd take a Skoda at the moment. Yeah, that'd be sensational. Look at all the buses. So all the riders there, they're going to be descending back down the mountain at the end of the day, maybe a secondary route on the other side or straight back down the way they came. Mate, hasn't Tim Wellens been impressive?
Yeah, he's been good. He has been really good, yeah. And he's been dagged from the GC group a few times on that previous climb that they're heading to now. But he fought his way back on. There we see on the screen now, at least on the Australian feed, Hautacam Finale is there, 13.5 Ks, 8%. I rode this on Zwift last week while I was sick. And
how long did it take you?
I just did a little, zone 2 here. It took me about
no. Don't give me bullshit. How long did it take?
An hour and 25 minutes. And one thing I can say about
33 minutes.
Yeah, all right, mate. He's a professional bike rider. I ride once a week. Fuck's sake. No, but the key is that actually the changes in gradient on this climb is really something. So yeah, it's going to be a cracking climb. But you're right, Wellens, he's been in good shape for Pogacar, and I think the silent assassin, Tommy, for UAE will be Adam Yates. He's looking $1 million, and I think he's going to be a big help at the base of this climb.
Wait and see. Pretty interesting, though, isn't it? Like both Adam and Simon just squaring off against each other in service of other people. Like it'd be a bit of a quirky one. Do you reckon there's a few mind games going on there between them? Well, if it was my brother, I'd just be absolutely in his ear. Just absolute. The chirp would just be unbelievable.
Apparently, they talk every week. So they call each other once a week and keep it. So they're very, very close, the two brothers, Adam and Simon. And funnily enough, Simon actually said in an interview once Adam said about Simon in an interview once that, they talk once a week, but then it'd been 6 months. And one day Simon just said, "Oh, I've got a girlfriend." And Adam's like, "Oh, nice. Is that new?" And he goes, No, we've been dating for 6 months. So even though they're really close, they obviously still keep a few things to themselves. But Yeah, we can see here. Look at the crowds as they're entering the Hautacam region. I mean, the thing is, when you go to a Tour de France stage over in Europe, particularly over in France, and you go to these big, the mythical climbs that we all know and love, people actually get there. The fans will drive there the day before. They'll drive their camper up. They'll ride their bike up or walk up. They'll find a spot, bring their camping equipment, their tents. They'll stay overnight, and it's a big party overnight for all the fans that are there on the mountain waiting for the race the next day. And you go to a corner of the switchbacks, like on the Alp. You might go down to the second switchback, the fifth switchback, and there'll be a party on each switchback, and you just be having beers, wines with all the locals. And music's playing, and you're writing all the names on the streets. It's a bit of an overnight thing. So if anyone gets a chance to visit a Tour de France stage, definitely try and go the night before a big mountain stage.
Oh, look at this, mate. Of course.
He's got no teammates left, Tommy. All that talk all week, and they can't even get a kilometre. Even get a kilometre up the final climb.
Wellens is going deeper. This bloke's getting underpaid at UAE for what he is doing for the tornado. Remco.
Visma, all talk. They all talk. This is Visma. They just talk. Can't walk the walk, especially Jorgensen. Hey, I can talk the talk and walk the walk. As Remco, to be honest, I think he's suffering from that hunger flat. It's hard to come back from that. And look at this, Navarrez lifting.
That hunger flat from Remco, you don't get that at big GC teams. You just, GC orientated teams, he goes to Ineos, and then Ineos just manage that better. They know the pitfalls from Grand Tours. He goes there, and then issues like that just get eradicated.
Yeah,
that's that team. I'm not going to point the finger at the team, or maybe at him, but it's a lesson that he's learning, that it's a lot easier to learn when you avoid it rather than taking it on board on the hard end of the stick. A few punters on the side of the road here.
Navarrez. Yates is gone. This is all out.
This is it. This is the move.
Pog is going.
We're down to 2.
He's going to go.
12K. We're just inside 12 kilometres.
Hit the lap button. Because this man's going for the record.
Pog's going nuclear here.
Vingegaard's dropping.
He's dropped.
Oh, no. Jeez, they are weak as piss. Vingegaard. Talk. He's cracked, mate.
Jonas hasn't said a single thing. He's just riding his own tempo, mate.
His tempo is Ben Healy's tempo. He's in the bin. Wow.
This is the Tour de France now. We could get some sleep in the third week because there's going to be 5 minutes between the two. But this might even play into the favour of Jonas. Tadej's on-off, explosive. Jonas might just go, right, I'm just going to ride my watts per kilo, and if I ride you back, I ride you back. If not, no worries. So this comes down to a real pure climbing test. There's no shadow boxing here, my friend. This is...
Well, look at the gap to Amaral.
Amaral, it's been decimated, hasn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, that's why you saw all the guys, all the big names in the breakaway. They just sat up, or they started to ride soft tempo, because when they hit the climb with only 2 minutes, you're dreaming.
See, it looks like he's clawing the gap, but you just got to remember they went from a flat section of road to an 8% gradient, so that does distort the distance. But Pog is pushing a pretty heavy gear there. He usually runs a little bit higher gear, doesn't he? When he's attacking on the climb, he's pushing a heavy gear.
Maybe he's blowing, mate. He's going deep. He's just backed it off to 450. No, he looks comfy.
I think he wouldn't have expected Vingegaard to drop then. So it's not as if he's going full gas now. Look at him. He's cruising.
Yeah, put the radio back in, my friend. Get the updates from Gianetti.
He looks very, very relaxed.
The white bibs. Power to him.
Except for that MyWoosh sponsorship. Nobody rides on that platform. It's absolute shit. But yes, Vingegaard, 7 seconds, mate. Look at this, the replay. Pogacar probably could not believe what he was seeing.
Yeah, he just accelerated in the saddle, didn't he? He just has that ability to just snap so quickly in the saddle. It's so impressive. Oh, Brenner, of course, my friend. Yeah,
he's been caught. That was 2 minutes, wasn't it? Sam, you are very, very. You're backing Jonas in. I love someone sticking by their
Sam. Yes, Sam, my guy. Get around it. Don't listen to Jethro.
I said Pog would win too, mate. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but my head says Pog, my heart says Jonas.
I feel like he's going.
Mate, we got 10 kilometers of this. This is just a preview of what we're going to see tomorrow. I've just did a mountaintop TT, but the boys will be rocking the ski bars on the aero bikes.
Yes, it will be interesting tomorrow. The TT. Riley says Jonas is done. Riley, where are you from, mate? Let us know. We can see some mountains in the background.
Jonas, do you reckon Jonas is washed?
It's 10 seconds. 11 seconds.
That's a long way on a mountain, my friend. Your man, Rog.
Yeah. Roglic knows how to ride a Grand Tour, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes.
He's well adversed in riding for the podium, isn't he? So
look at that. Yes, man. I hate these fans on the side of the road that just sticking the phone in their face. But yeah, Jonas, he's looking composed. I think he'll try and just limit the damage and see if Pogačar, just comes back to him at this pace.
Yes. Yeah, that literally has to be their only tactic, doesn't it? Is just back your tempo in, ride what you can do, and
Colorado. This is where Riley's from, so he must be a Sepp Kuss fan. Here we go. Get the radio from Visma. They're saying you can catch him. Come on. So nice to hear, Riley. Colorado, good place in the world.
Having a little look around.
Yeah, well, he's got 16 seconds now, so it's going up. And he also keeps putting his...
Oh, look at those socks. Look at those socks. Look at those legs. What an animal. He takes no prisoners.
Roglic here. We're getting shots of Roglic with the just getting a tan on the lower leg. He's looking good. He's with Onley, Lipowitz, and Johannesson. But Pogačar keeps taking the radio out of his ear and then putting it back in. So maybe he's not getting any information from the team car.
Ignorance is bliss in his scenario, my friend. He's set himself on a course of just pure pain. At the moment, all he needs to do is just ride full gas to the end. He set this in motion. How often did we just hear from Pogačar over the years, and particularly recently, hear races like Strada or whatever, where he just does what he wants. They have the team bus, they have the team plan. That gets thrown out the window when Pogačar just says, "Oh, I want to have a go at this," or he gives someone the nod and says, "Ride now." Maybe he has done that today because this is very early. This is a very early month.
If I was Pogačar, this is exactly what I would do, because you are the three-time defending champ as well. You've got the 1 minute 17 lead, and you've got this climb, and then the TT, and then a few days break before the next mountains in the third week. So why wouldn't you go all out, back yourself in to drop Jonas, add more time, and then you're just sitting pretty with a 1:45 2-minute gap going into the big mountain stage, and you've got a bit of a buffer to decide whether you attack or defend in the mountains. And from what we saw of Jonas's team, I tell you what, they're going to need a lift for sure if they're going to need to help Jonas in the third week. As we're getting some images now of Remco, he is dropping a bit. He's about 20 seconds off Roglic group, so not too bad. I genuinely believe, Tom, that hunger flat has just cooked him a bit here. You generally can't come back from a hunger flat in a bike race on one day.
As soon as the jersey comes open, that's just the biggest sign. You're done. Your day is just... You're in the shadow realm, Remco, for the next 9 kilometres.
It's 27 seconds now. He's opened up 27 seconds in the space of 2.5 kilometers, and he doesn't look like he's going full gas. That is the big thing here from Pogačar. He does not look like he's
going full gas.
He's going full gas.
No. All these elite guys, when they do their efforts, when they do the training, when they're doing these big 20-minute efforts, 30-minute efforts, the internal focus that they have on their own breathing and their own rhythm when they do these sort of pacing efforts is immense. If they can maximize how they can control their own breathing, their rhythm, their tempo, then it looks like they're just in this state of almost meditation. And that can often get pushed and, stressed, and that's what they practice. So it comes down to having a good director saying, like, just go to your place, go to your own area in your mind and really focus on your own rhythm, and you can eke out another couple of watts, eke out another kilometre or two of pace. And that's when you look at Pog and you think, oh, he just looks imperial, doesn't he? So that's the class where someone like Kevin here is going to be bobbing along and sort of looking for the cars. And
he's not a GC rider, Kevin, so he could have had yellow if he didn't try and pretend to be a GC rider in that first week.
What are your thoughts on that? Like we saw earlier as well with the RKO director came across the line. The DS came on and he said it's all in your head 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You're like, mate, it's not in your head, it's in your legs.
Amateur team, Arkea, but I'm interested to see the body shape of Vingegaard. You can tell when he's really struggling is when his hips really rock left and right. I know that might seem obvious, but it's pretty clear with Vingegaard, as we're seeing Roglic just being distanced. And Lipowitz, by the way, the other day, his teammate said he is riding for Roglic. So Lipowitz said, I am riding for Roglic, and that's why we're seeing him wait on screen here as we're back to Pog, who is now out to 41 seconds, Tommy. There's 8 kilometres of this climb left. 8 kilometres left.
I think we're going to see a new fastest time up the Hautacam.
Yes.
It's going to be a big gap. Yeah, it's going to be a big gap, isn't it, Harry?
It could be multiple minutes at this point. But you've got to go for the kill on the first mountain stage. You have to. It's the perfect rule of thumb for GC riding. The very first mountain stage where you can take all the blood from the stone, you take it the very first opportunity, because you never know what will happen after that.
Only if it's presented and only if it's grabbable. Take what you can get. If you cannot, then you've got to be able to find the balance. And if Jonas was able to hold with that initial acceleration, plug along on the wheel until like a couple of kilometers to go, which I, to be honest, thought was going to occur. I thought that Jonas would just sort of be there or thereabouts until the tail end of this climb. And then Pog with his acceleration would move him on. But this is just, this is dominance. This is the world's greatest cyclist, just dominating the sport. He's dominated this first block of racing. He's been everywhere. It's been unrelenting, and he has been at the forefront of this race. And on this mountain tonight, he's very much doing that, isn't he?
He is. Heindog, I reckon Visma is all talk. They tossed the kitchen sink at Pog, but they kind of tossed the kitchen sink when he wasn't looking. But when it came to the real stages, the real terrain, they were nowhere to be seen at the base of this climb. And I think that is not walking the walk, really, when you've got a former Grand Tour winner in Kuss in there, Jorgensen. And anyway, he was seen back on screen with Vingegaard. 47 seconds. They replayed on the Australian coverage today, Tom, a lot of the replays from 2022 when Vingegaard dropped Pogacar on the Hautacam on this stage with Wout van Aert coming back from the breakaway. And it couldn't be more clear that the Pogacar of 2022 is nowhere near the Pogacar of 2025. He completely changed his training and the way he was training, how hard he was training back in those days. And it took someone like Vingegaard coming along, beating him twice for him to realise, hey, you may be extremely talented and you can get away with not training that much, but someone can beat you now. So you've got to train harder. And this is the product. We're looking at Pogacar, 50 seconds on Vingegaard with 7Ks left to climb.
Look at the punters. They're in good form, aren't they, Jet? As much as we're seeing Pogacar just absolutely power up the Hautacam. Look at the absolute punters on the side of the road.
How's the leather animal? You always see the leather animals, just the old 55-year-old with just the tanned bare chest and the old lolly bag hanging out as well with the shortest gym shorts you've ever seen. Oh, that'll be us, Tommy. That'll be us.
So going to be us next year in Catalunya for the Grand Depart. Jonas, what do you make of him now? Have a look at this.
Oh, he doesn't look good. He doesn't look good, Tom, does he? He's hurting big time.
He's doing an impressive ride, though, even by itself. Even if he is, say, like he's a couple of percent off where Pogačar is, he's still put 40-odd seconds, 50 seconds into the Roglic group. So it's easy to point out and say, oh, him and Pogačar, he's losing time. Well, he's still consolidating over his rivals, so there's still that clear gap between 1 and 2 on the road at the moment to the rest of the peloton, isn't there?
There is, and you got to remember, Pogačar wasn't here. We'd be looking at Vingegaard, taking his 4th Grand Tour, potentially. But yeah, this just goes to show his hips are moving. That's right, Brent. His hips are moving. Heinrich, yes, Vacolin is signed to Ineos 2-year deal, I believe it is. You did hear it on Roadside Rumour File. You heard it on Roadside Rumour File. And just look at Pog. Yes, he's working pretty hard now. The jersey's unzipped.
The hair's out.
The hair is out. He's at 9%, 10%. He's getting close to 1 minute. And Vingegaard is doing the bottle dump. So he's starting to cook. He's starting to cook like a jumbo chicken at the supermarket in Denmark. Hey, those supermarkets are fantastic in Jumbo, by the way. They saved our bacon last year at the Tour de France Femmes. Some very good stuff. Sam is conceding. I'm thinking that Jonas might not catch up now.
No, Sam, stay true. Stay true to your word. I'm with you all the way to Paris, my friend.
Hold fast, Sammy. Hold fast.
You never know. Maybe we've seen Pogačar crash. And to be honest, watching Pog crash last night, that's probably the first time I've ever seen him caught up in some innocuous bullshit crash.
What about his Roubaix crash?
No, it doesn't count. I'm talking in a Grand Tour. I'm talking in either like a stage race as well. Obviously, had the issue in Bastogne-Liège a couple of years ago, but I couldn't recall the time where I've seen him been caught up in something in a Grand Tour until yesterday.
Yeah,
if someone knows something, put it in the comments and tell me, because I just cannot recall a time where, you see Remco, Roglic, Jonas, or someone they have a little innocuous incident, and that's the first time I've seen.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. We're getting the shots of the Eagles now just soaring, and that is today. I'm sure Matthew Keenan's just getting ready. The Eagle of Slovenia, because Pogačar is looking.
What's he going to come up with now? What's he going to say across the line? Keno's got his pen and paper out on the right, and he's coming up with all the alliteration.
So everyone listening,
Tornado's going to be in the line.
We are listening to the Australian feed of Matthew Keenan, Simon Gerrans, Brady O'Donnell are the commentators, and Keenan will do the final call of the winner over the line, Pogačar, but he usually likes to do alliterations where it's like the Tornado Tadej, or it's the,
Raging Remco.
The Raging Remco. It's things like that every time. So wondering what he will bring up with what should he say? What should it be? The Terrific Tadej, or Tadej,
Titan?
the Terrific. The Titan.
The Titan.
But he'll make reference to the Hautacam finish in 2022 because it's the comeback.
He will, won't he? It'll be a redemption moment.
Yes.
So you think Titan? I'm gonna go Tornado.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a guy with crutches there in the field. They're all committed. Tommy, while we're watching Remco just do a bottle dump, I remember seeing him.
Sorry, so look at this ride by Kevin. Kevin's putting Remco. He's
No, Remco's road to Kevin. So Vacolin is going.
But what a ride! Even what a ride by Kevin to just be in those sort of areas.
Here's the rest of the GC group, by the way. We've got. Oh, Lipowitz is now going. So I think Roglic must have said to Lipowitz, "Don't wait." He's there with Onley and Johannesson. So we're looking at the top 5 here, aren't we? These are the top 5 players.
Yeah, this is going to be it for the Tour de France. This is impressive. Uno X, they must just be on an absolute high at the moment. Obviously, winning the stage yesterday with my man, the man you doubted. And in our preview, you said he shouldn't be on the start line.
You mean Abrahamson? Abrahamson. Yes, Abrahamson getting a stage win yesterday. I think for safety reasons he shouldn't be there, but yes, Brent Lipowitz looking very solid. He is a great talent that Red Bull have got. Gap is 1:06 now. We're almost inside 5Ks to go. So Vingegaard holding. Pogacar, I suspect, is just holding something back.
Yeah, I dare say he is as well. I think he's really just riding within himself now. He's on the precipice of where he needs to be. He doesn't need to do any more. He can just sort of rumble along at the moment. He'll be getting fed the right information. He'll be getting called the Titan, the Tornado in the earpiece. He looks good, doesn't he? He looks very comfortable.
Could use some redemption. Yeah, he could. Big Froglich. As we're getting some more shots of Pogacar on screen, he's looking comfortable. The gap's at 1:08. Remco now going past Vakwalan. What does this mean for tomorrow's TT, Tom? A very interesting TT tomorrow, everyone. We hope you guys are going to stay up and watch it because we're going to get some very interesting bike combinations. We're going to get road bikes with disc wheels. We're going to get disc bike, TT bikes swapping to road bikes midway through the TT. It's going to be a fascinating one to watch.
It's going to be good, my friend. Or a lot of the teams, well, to be honest, every GC rider, they've gone and done the preparation and they've ran simulations. Daniel Benson, on his own Substack, he asked the question to Giannetti. He said, what are you going to do? What's your setup going to be with Tadej? And he replied, we'll figure it out. We don't know yet.
Bullshit, eh?
Yeah.
Picture?
Absolute hogwash. Just tell us what you're doing. It's not going to make any difference. Answer the question after today's stage when you've got 2.5 minutes over your nearest rival. Found it very funny.
Did you see the picture that they shared, Tommy? The picture of the road.
Yes.
Wheel
in the skis. Yeah.
That was the biggest plant I've ever seen. The biggest plant is Pogacar, 4.7 Ks to go. His gap is 1:14, so he now has a virtual lead of 2 minutes and 31 seconds on Vingegaard going into stage 13 of the Tour. Oof.
The crowds are partying, though. Still for Jonas Vingegaard. The Danes on the right there showing a little bit of support there, aren't they? And then the fishmonger to get up. They're getting right behind him, aren't they? Oh, this is a dominant performance by Tadej Pogacar, though. This is truly something special today. There's a lot to make about Vingegaard's form and maybe the lack of, but I think you can't touch onto that too much, my friend. I think you really need to respect what Tadej is doing at the moment, what he's done this year's Tour de France already. It is so impressive.
We know what it's like. You have, a small crash on your hip or your knee or your elbow, your shoulders. You could be sore for days, can't you? So we were all worried that was going to cook today's stage. But, as we've shown, Pogacar was completely fine, wasn't he?
Yeah, evidently. And I'll tell you who is completely fine. And I am impressed with this. This is going to be a really interesting battle for the next years to come. Young Lipovitz as well as Onelli. Onelli, he's sort of been described as the revelation of this year's tour, but he's been so good for a number of years, hasn't he? At sort of week-long stage races. He's been prominent at Tour Down Under this year and last year as well. So
yeah, that's where he popped up, wasn't it? Oscar Onelli. He popped up at the Tour Down Under, and I think maybe the Scottish.
He's had a number. He's broken bones and so in terms of the grit and the fight back internally to get to where he is now for Onelli, and he's only 22, it is mightily impressive. So I'm really excited to see what becomes of him in the third week. That'll where you sort of scratch the surface a little bit deeper. This has been the first real mountain test. He kind of gets a free whack at it, and now we see Lipovitz put the screws into Onelli. Once more, Lipovitz just a couple of years on him, a few more years of building up the tank at the Grand Tours.
So this is P3 and P4 on the road. So we're watching Lipowitz and Onley just go head to head, and Lipowitz is trying to distance Onley, but Onley is really matching him. He's actually matching him here. So this is not just 7th, 8th, 15th on the stage. This is P3 and P4, and a very good look at the top 4 on GC, because Roglic is he's probably about 30 seconds behind these two, and then Remco is another minute back from there. So geez, I tell you what. Go on, Lee. He's got to dig deep. Picnic are going to do very well to keep him there, aren't they, Tommy? At Picnic Post, because Ineos and the like will be. Oh, I don't know. I have to see what PCS says. I have a feeling he's signed 2028.
If he's out of contract, till when?
I think it's 2028. I'll just have a look on Pro Cycling Stats.
I hope
2027, Tommy.
Oh, you poor bastard, Onley. Oh, you poor soul. Oh, well, look, put it this way. He is on the move next year. Or maybe the year after next. That contract's getting bought out by someone big. Because if he's doing this at this age, and Ineos comes with money if they don't get their man Remco, they need a GC guy, Ineos. They need a GC guy. They've picked up Welsford. They've got some sprints. They've got the talent there. They sort of strengthen around Welsford. But as soon as Geraint Thomas gets off the books, that frees up a lot of money. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go after another big name, and they need someone
if they missed Remco, potentially only as the one as we're getting.
Think about it. Brailsford, the UK, the whole British connection as well with Onley is something that they would pay overs for and try and pay to get him out of that contract.
Yeah. Also got to keep in mind the Total Energies sponsorship. So the French influence is going to be heavy as well. And have to keep that in mind. 2.9 Ks to go, everyone. The gap is 1 minute 31 to Pogacar. He's in the middle of the block of his Shimano cassette. He is cruising right now. Looks like he's labouring a little bit, but he looks in control. And Vingegaard, on the other hand, he hasn't capitulated by any means, but he is definitely looking much sorer than Vingegaard. And you always do when you're chasing, don't you, rather than being one out front.
Yeah, absolutely. He's trying to ride above himself, isn't he? But I think he wants to ride above himself, I should say. He knows better to do that, doesn't he? He's just going to ride his own tempo. He's being fed the right information. I think he's very fortunate as well that the fact that he's held on to second comfortably. When the panic can set in, when you're battling to hold on to second, that can be concerning. And these steep gradients towards the tail end of this climb, as the air gets thinner up the top, these punters, they've probably guzzled more Denzel Frothingtons today than the ones at the lower slopes, my friends. They've been parked up there for longer, haven't they? The UV,
they have been up there
it hits a little
night.
Different.
It does. Interesting pick up there by Troy, Jonas and Pognot on their climbing bikes. And I guess you look at the profile of the stage, Troy, have a look at all of that flat roads that preceded it and the speeds they're going up here. It's probably, they probably made sense for them to ride the aero bikes, because they certainly raced it super, super hard, as Lipowitz has distanced Onley. So he is now in third position. Onley, then Roglic, then Johannesson, then Remco, Vaquelin, and Felix Gall is actually back in that sort of top 10 position. But it's 1:37 at the moment, Tommy. I think Pogacar's got a bit of a burst in him, and we must remember 10-second time bonus over the line as well.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to drive the nail home, I dare say. But at the moment, it is interesting, that comment on the aero bikes. So I know that some of the riders who have done the testing and they've done the reconnaissance of this year's climb. Yeah, and you have a look at how fast it was ridden when they were last used with, obviously, when Jonas rode Tadej out of the wheel. They actually go up it so quickly that the aero bike is an advantage. So it is something that they've reconned on this climb and actually tested quite a lot of the teams. Particularly when they've gone and looked at this whole Pyrenean block of racing. That was actually one thing that was tested, because he's doing 20 clicks at the moment on sort of the harder part of the climb. So, yeah.
Yeah, well said. That motorbike has a bit of cardboard stuck in the bike. So there's the cameraman with the moto on the back. He's got a cardboard bit. Pogacar, he's going that good. He told the motorbike driver that there's cardboard stuck in your bike. So that's how cruisy Pogacar is riding this. He's got 144 now, and I feel like he's going to turn the screws in his last 2Ks. And the crowd just going wild. I mean, there's so many flags there. Did you see Remco getting annoyed just before some guy got his big Welsh flag in Remco's face, and he
Yes, I did. I did see that. A little bit. You know what I would love to see, to be honest, as well, and I think they should run a little media package every time and they have a summit finish like this, is show us the gruppetto. Cut 3 minutes of just the gruppetto going up these parts of the climb. It would be so entertaining. You'd see a completely area of cycling, wouldn't you?
You would. Imagine being able to ride up an 8-degree slope at over 20.
Pedo, my friend, they speak many languages, and they all know the word push in all of those languages as they're going up.
Oh, they do. When we were on the side of the mountain, 1.5 k's to go, 1 minute 48. When we were on the side of one of the climbs last year at the Tour de France Femmes, these Frenchies were there with a big boombox. They had the music playing, and as the gruppetto was coming past, they were just like sombering along, like 40 of them. Vos, Kopecky, they were just leading the charge, and everyone in the crowd were doing this. Oh, and then like their hands up, and we're trying to get the riders to do it, and we got the whole gruppetto. They all took their hands off the bars. They were like, hey, put their hands up. They loved it as they were just groveling on. Very good.
That is what it's about, isn't it? And honestly, like, as much as all these punters on the side of the road, they're seeing the riders just zoom past out of the front of the race. And to be honest, at the moment, they've been pretty good. They've been respectful considering the sun's out. It's middle of July. They've been on, on the gas all day, so to speak.
On the quad.
It is a Thursday, my friend. So good on them.
They've all taken the final. Bastille Day. Bastille week.
We're into the final kilometre here with Tadej Pogacar on the first real summit finishes of this year's Tour de France, and he's just driven a stake into this year's race. He's really declared the fact that he is not just here to simply win it. He wants to destroy this race, doesn't he?
He does. He's gone for blood. It was him with a bit of blood on his hands, on his elbow yesterday, but he's definitely coming away Rambo style with blood after this stage. I think you're right, Heinrich. I think Lipowitz is definitely going to take a bit of time on Remco, but how will he go on the TT tomorrow? So I think Remco's always got that in his back pocket as we're entering the last 700 meters. And Tommy, he's going to get the 10-second time bonus, so it looks like it might be close to 2 minutes gap to Vingegaard. But what is Kino going to call over the line?
Yes, I was going to ask you that. I've told you, my friend, I'm on the tornado, and it will be some form of redemption, some form of the fact that he wasn't up against Wout van Aert. And he will mention the word tornado.
Jeez, Lipowitz is coming back to Vingegaard. That's only a 30-second gap there. Lipowitz. So once he was freed from Roglic, I don't think we've seen the best of Lipowitz today because he was holding back. So this is very interesting.
It's a good ride from the young German. He showed his colours at the Dauphiné, didn't he? He showed his class. If he is off the chain, he's able to ride his own race. This would be a very impressive result. Just consolidate the fact that Red Bull, to be honest, not consolidate, it could salvage their tour, couldn't it? If Roglic, who they thought was going to win the Giro and then come and compete here, then, wow. To have someone like Lipovitz bob up and be able to nab the podium, that would salvage it, wouldn't it? What are you going with? What's Keenan going to say? Come on.
He's going for it.
Yeah, quick. Say what you're about to. You don't fence him.
I don't know what he's going to say, but we're getting the shots of Pogacar. We're listening to the call. He's waiting for it. Just listening to the call. Oh, he's going all out.
Oh, put me in the bin.
It wasn't great. He didn't get the timing right. It was hard with the camera angles. The Hulk of the Mountain. Yes. And by the way, yes, Bjarne Riis's record definitely getting broken. Easily broken. The way they lit it up at the start. 34:59. The Hulk of the
The Hulk of the Mountain.
Fred, nobody's happy. Is Lipowitz going to catch him? He looks like he's completely melted. Vingegaard looks like he is melting down like a Cadbury flake on the top of a hot Chrysler Valiant on a summer's day in Australia.
Like a snow cone has been left out for too long. He'll get there though. I think he'll hold him off. Jonas. Oh, he is absolutely gutterballing himself, isn't he?
Look at those hips.
What a ride by Kevin.
Yes, I'm very impressed. I didn't think he had this in him.
I did not think I had it. I'm in disbelief here with the ride from old Kev.
Me too.
Oh, me too. Can you imagine the filthy French stuff that's been shouted in his earpiece if they ran the whole thing through the DS talk.
There he is, Vingegaard, battling. He's dug deep. He looks like he's he's gone all in. They've got to ride this TT tomorrow. You know, it's a all-out mountain TT.
Sam, my man on the commentary earlier. We're not over yet, mate. The Jonas can still come back and win this Tour de France.
Pog looks like he could climb it again. He looks like he could definitely do it again. Maybe not at that pace, but certainly has. And it's going to be over 2 minutes, Tommy. It's a 2-minute gap. Wow. Lipowitz is going to be
truly something special. What he's able to do and the way he's able to dominate and just assert himself over different terrains, and also just not only do that, but have the full belief of this team. And it still leaves me, speechless to a certain level of degree.
Yeah, same. And there's Lipowitz. Lipowitz just behind. Look at Lipowitz.
That's right.
That's within 10 seconds of Vingegaard. Wow.
Yeah, great ride.
Well, everyone, thanks for joining us. We're going to go straight on to our podcast. It'll drop within about 2 hours' time ready for tomorrow, reviewing Stage 11 and, of course, the Hautacam stage. So thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this one. It was fun doing the finale finish, actually, really good. So make sure you watch the rest as Onley and Johannes come in. And we'll keep you posted on when our next live will be. It'll certainly be we'll do another one this week coming, and then of course maybe 2 in the third week for stage 17 and 18. And here's Remco. Here's Vaqualon. Tommy, it's time to get to our podcast, mate.
Big Kev's going to roll Remco on the line here. You look at him.
No, really?
He does. Look at that. Remco's folded. No. He has folded.
Remco looks so pissed. Don't give up on Remco. I think he's got more left in him. Don't give up on him.
Wrap it up.
All right, guys. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you on the next live stream, and make sure you watch and listen our podcast tomorrow, reviewing today's stage and stage 11.